Hello everyone, how are you all doing? Is everything okay? I'm Ed, the architect, and in this video I'm going to show you the 5 best color combinations for you to paint your house's facade. Alright guys, I've picked out some color combinations from various palettes for you, okay? It's not just from one palette, so we can have a variety of colors here and give you some options, alright? These are facades from my own projects, okay? These were clients who asked me to do this project, to update the paint on the front of their house. And these combinations are nothing more than some colors that we use, to complement each other, and it makes a beautiful and perfect combination. And what I'm going to show you here now can serve as an example for you, okay? Let's go guys, take a look at this facade here, alright? Here is the before of the facade. This 2-story house has this yellowish paint, really faded with a white gate, really old-fashioned, right? And now take a look at how it turned out after we updated the project. What did I do here? What I suggested to my client regarding colors, first let's use... He told me at the time, right, when we did this project, he said, look, I like shades of gray, but I don't want to make the facade of my house too dark. So what did I do? I said, well, the gate usually, especially being made of steel, right, iron there, right? It's a material that gets dirty a lot throughout the day. So I used a darker color on the gate, which is the shade Prata Bale. It's in the gray palette, all right? O restante da fachada, a gente... For the facade, we used Retro Photo Gray, which is a lighter shade of gray compared to Prata Bale, okay? So what did we do here? I removed that strong yellow that was on the facade of his house, used a darker shade of gray on the gate, and the rest is Retro Photo. He said to me, look, I don't want to make my facade too dark, okay? I like shades of gray. I know there are very light shades of gray. I know there are medium shades and darker shades. I don't want to make it dark. I want to keep it in the middle. I said, look, here's my suggestion for a color combination. You could also have, like in the project, white on the ceiling, okay? In that part where the upper part, right, the upper level, it extends forward. That little roof there, it can be white. Those sides of the gate there can be white too. Up there on the roof, you can even paint it silver. Bali silver helps add a little highlight so the photo doesn't look entirely retro. You can use Bali silver on the gate and some other details with Bali silver too, which looks really nice. It looks really cool. This is my first combination in shades of gray if you like these colors, and you can use it as an example. This project of mine, this update to my client's facade, these colors here can work for you too. Our second combination, check out how cool it is. It's really something out of this world, guys. And I even tell you that here we have 2 options. One in shades of gray and another in shades of beige. But this shade of gray, look, let's first talk about this facade, right? It's beginning here. Notice that it's an old facade, it's dirty, it's unfinished. There are 2 gates, there's a nice glass window over there and all. It's a 2-story house, a big one, right? Yeah, and it even has a nice look. It's just missing the paint. So the first suggestion I made was a more concrete tone, contemporary, more free, right? A facade, a cleaner, more minimalist facade in a concrete tone, concrete gray, as you can see in this photo. However, I don't want to put too much emphasis on this gray concrete tone here because the client asked me, okay, in this project, he prefers beige tones, okay? I say like, is it possible to combine beige tones with black tones? I say, yes, definitely. And now comes my suggestion for colors here on my client's facade with the beige tones, all right? Let's go. First, what did I do? I painted both gates black, okay, so we can have a nice highlight as well. Second, the predominant color, as I always tell you here on the channel when I make videos about colors for the outside of your house. Predominant color. It can't be too light or too dark. It has to be something in between, which is what the papel sedoso color is. It's a shade of brown, a light beige right there, papel sedoso. Notice that it's the predominant color. And then in the division between the ground floor and the upper part, where those unfinished bricks were, we added some vegetation, which gave it a nice highlight. And in the division between the ground floor and the upper floor, we put It's not a texture. It's a polished concrete finish in the Estrada Vela color, okay? All these colors here, they complement each other. They match, okay? There's nothing here that you could say, man, this doesn't look good. This looks really weird. This looks really different. These are colors that complement each other. These are combinations that work if you want to paint the facade of your house, okay? And that was my final proposal. We had done the shades of gray. He liked it, he enjoyed it, but he said he wanted the beige tones. Here's a second color combination option. For those of you who have a two-story house, if you have a similar facade, this serves as an example for you who also like beige tones. You might be asking yourself, hey Ed, do you only do projects for two-story houses with a ground floor and an upper floor? No, I don't. Take a look at this example now. This is a very simple house. This client here is from the Northeast. He sent me the photo and said, Ed, this is the front of my house. Can you give me any suggestions? Can you update the facade of my house? But I don't really have the means to renovate everything. I don't know, change it, remove the window, remove the door. I said, calm down, don't worry. Look at how the facade of his house looks now, okay? What did I do to transform the front of his house? I used a medium to dark brown tone, which is the chestnut color, that's on that steel door, and also on the smaller pedestrian gate and the railing. And the predominant color of the facade is fresh cream, which is a very light beige tone, very soft, very calm for you to use on your facade. And in the photo, when the facade was older, down at the base of the wall, it was always marked, stained by rain and such, because there was no gutter on the roof. I suggested in the project that you put a small gutter there to avoid this kind of problem. And let's add some vegetation, let's bring a bit of life, a touch of green to your facade. And look how it turned out, okay? The roof is the same. It was just washed and cleaned with the machine to clean the roof and then coated with a resin to protect it as well. And only two colors, right? Brown, which is a nice medium shade of brown, and fresh cream, which is a very light color. It doesn't even look like the same facade. I even posted this. This transformation here, right, that we did on our client's house facade right here on YouTube in the community, and a lot of people even laughed like, man, you even changed the asphalt, right? It's like, wow, you really changed it. I mean, no, it's just that for the project, it's more interesting to show the client something other than the dirt that used to be there in front of the house, right? Now, after the project, it turned out like this, another beautiful color option in beige tones, now with brown, okay? Here with medium brown to dark, for you to paint your house's facade, for those of you who have a simpler facade. Guys, hold on. Let me give you an important message here too. I'm showing you here color combinations for facades, for the exterior area of your house, using examples from projects I personally did for my clients. These are the examples I'm going to show you here. Now, if you want to have, let's say, a technical consultation with color suggestions, okay? Up to 10 or even more colors. Color combinations for you to paint the facade of your house, for you to paint the exterior area of your house. I have a complete ebook with 10 trending color combinations. Colors that I studied, that I matched, that I tested to provide for you. Alright? It's a complete, super complete ebook, I'm sure. There are combinations with 3 colors besides black and white in my ebook. It's really complete. The link is down here in the description. It's the first link in the description for you. My ebook with 10 color combinations, all right? Here we're looking at colors, even 2 colors matching in the ones I'm going to show you in this video. Now, if you want something more complete, something more complex, more options, click here on my ebook that's in the description and get it, because I'm sure it will help you a lot in choosing the colors to paint the facade of your house. This facade here, guys, is spectacular. Take a look. It's a single-story house too, okay? There's pavement on the sidewalk, all white with tile covering on that wall and white gates. Look at the transformation I did on this facade. You guys are going to like it. Take a look. We kept the white, okay? Up there on the pedestrian gate and on vertical details where there used to be that tile with an old-fashioned decoration. We renovated it, right? I suggested to him, I said, look, let's remove this cladding here because it's out of sync with your facade. Let's put in new cladding, but this time imitating wood. And what's the highlight of this facade here to bring some life to it? The green, which we call ocean floor, this cool, beautiful shade of green with black details in the green part, okay? So we're working here with basically 4 colors. I'll be honest with you, I don't like working with too many colors on the facade, but here, if you notice, there are 2 colors that are neutral. White, as I've told you many times here on the channel, is a neutral color, especially to use on the ceiling, okay? Black is also a neutral color, as long as you use it the way it's shown here for details, okay? Just trims, just details on your facade. Don't paint an entire wall with it, otherwise it will draw too much attention. But then what did I bring here? I thought, well, I'm going to make a modern, clean facade, but with an accent. This gorgeous green that I love. I really like this ocean floor shade here. The natural oak, which is the name of this wood look finish, this porcelain tile that looks like wood over there. The black for details and the white also standing out there. A cool transformation. There's also the matter of the floor right there on the sidewalk of his house, which used to be more beige, now it's gray. I suggested that to him too. After all, you might say to me, hey Ed, but come on, that's going to be quite an investment. He'll have to change the wall covering, the floor. There's more to it. Why did I do this here? Because this client here from this house, he told me the following. My floor out here is that shiny kind. It's the one that gets dangerous when it rains. When the installation was done here, I wasn't aware of it at the time. I said, so let's remove this floor and put in a floor that gives you more traction, that gives you some grip when the floor is wet, okay? A satin finish, non-slip, something like that, especially for the outdoor area of your house. It needs to be outdoor flooring, outdoor porcelain tile that provides safety for people to walk on. That's why we also changed the sidewalk flooring there. But it turned out great, right guys? The facade turned out really modern, really contemporary, and with beautiful current colors. And now, our last suggestion, I've already shown you here, look, 1, 2, 3, 4 color suggestions, and now I want to show you the 5th one. Take a look at this small building here, okay? It has the ground floor, 1st and 2nd floors. Look at how it is, a completely unfinished facade, painted white, only halfway up. It's missing the finishing touches. The client at the time he built it didn't really pay much attention to the painting, so I said, look, let's do a proper paint job. By the way, this building you're seeing here from the foundation all the way to now, the final stage, is my project. It's my own work. For this project here, I did the structural design, I did the interior design, and I did the aesthetic design. It was a corner lot, kind of curved, where he wanted commercial spaces on the ground floor and in the middle and on top, mini apartments for him to rent out. So, from the very beginning, from the earth moving for this building here, I was the one who did the original project. From the beginning until now, it turned out just like you see here. Some shades of gray with black on the facade for this client of mine. So what do I want to highlight for you? On the ground floor, I have the black from the gates and the steel doors, right? On the facade, in the division between the ground floor and the middle, right, the 1st floor, we have that little strip there with the black aventurine color. Pay attention. The black on the steel doors, the little aventurine black strip, and the rest we have silver feather, okay? Which is also a very nice shade of gray and doesn't stand out. It's not that very dark color compared to the aventurine. It's a very calm color from medium to light. Here in the 3D it's not showing because there's not much shadow. But these ceilings here of these overhangs are white, okay? So we have the white of the ceilings, we have the silver feather, which is the predominant color, and we have the black aventurine for that first overhang down there, okay? Regarding the ground floor with the steel doors in black, it's a facade that also turned out very beautiful. He wanted shades of gray, so we updated it. And it's a project that turned out simply amazing, this little 2-story building of our clients, so to speak. So notice 5 color combinations for you to use on your house's facade. You always ask me here on the channel whenever I post videos. I always bring you content about colors. Look, this color is really trending right now. This other one, look, this other color here, it's really beautiful. It's going to be a trend for next year. I always tell you this, I always bring you content about this kind of topic. And you always ask me, right? You say, what about the combination? What's the second color that matches? What's the third color? Can I use black? Can I use white, beige? What other color? Here it is, 5 perfect combinations for you to paint your house's facade. Pick a combination here and I'll even tell you more. Here are just 5 combinations. Now, do you want to get 10 beautiful color combinations, super trendy, that match and go well together for you to paint the exterior of your house, for you to paint your house's facade? I have an ebook with 10 color combinations that I personally selected based on this video you're watching. This here is just a basic example, okay? The ebook is much more complete, all right? The link is here in the description. It's the first link in the description. A complete ebook made by me with a lot of research and care, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it, and it will really help you choose the colors to paint the facade of your house. If you already like these colors and combinations that I showed you here, you're simply going to love this ebook of mine, okay? The link is down below, click there and get it. And paint the exterior of your house with beautiful modern colors that I'm sure you're going to love, okay? If you've made it this far with me in this video and you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like this video, okay? Leave a like as well and drop your comment. Out of these 5 that you saw here with me, which one would you use on the exterior of your house, okay? Hugs, see you in the next video.